So we all know that the oil and gas industry contributes to over 20% of methane emissions globally. And a barrel of oil and gas contributes to over 500 kgs of emissions on an average. As we all know, the industry is moving towards a model where we first need to understand what our emission footprint is and put in place policies and practices to lower that footprint to lead to a more sustainable planet. And it was that effort that caused us to start the overall creative process of conceiving a product that would be easy to adopt, implement, and create value for our customers in doing just that. Envana was created by oil and gas experts for the oil and gas industry. It was conceived from a very real, tangible pain point of being part of an oil field services firm that experience this day to day on quantifying our own emissions and figuring out how exactly to take positive action and consequential action for that. And that in turn created this product, and once we put it into operations, we realized that this had significant value and impact for our customers, and on popular customer demand, we decided to commercialize this through a unique arrangement that we have as a joint venture between Siguler Guff, a private equity firm, and Halliburton, a leading oilfield services entity.
There's an increasing requirement for companies to monitor and report on their emissions. And industrial companies that have a large carbon footprint, they have more complicated requirements. It's harder to figure out what their carbon footprint is. And Envana is specifically oriented at those companies with our ability to meet them where they're at and put together very granular and comprehensive solutions that meet their needs.
The challenge that we're solving for the industry is we're offering technology that helps people understand their carbon footprint and helps them ultimately reach their reduction goals and their commitments towards curbing emissions and making progress on that front in a meaningful and practical way.
Our joint venture partner has 100 years of experience in the oil and gas industry, which is the industry that we're focusing on initially. And having a partner like that who can actually open a lot of doors with integrated oil and gas companies throughout the world is a unique value proposition, number one. And that's where international market is, where the focus seems to be lying right now. And we believe that the industry by and large is focused on a reduction of greenhouse gas, of which methane is a very important part. So we are starting with energy, and we have developed some proprietary tools, software to help us do that. And we are there in terms of providing a solution for OGMP 2.0. And these are some of the value. And the other thing that we're focusing on is using AI and ML. I know it's an industry buzzword, but we are really putting it to work in terms of huge amount of data that we've gotten through our participation with not only our joint venture partner, but also with our clients.
OGMP 2.0 is very exciting. It's very unique in that it provides a specific framework by which companies have to measure and report specifically their methane emissions. Companies that have joined OGMP 2.0 have to adhere to up to 5 levels of compliance. Level 1 through 3 would be covered by using just general, publicly available emission factors. Level 4 and 5 is when companies then have to implement advanced technologies to directly measure those methane. So level 4, you would measure the methane emissions down to the individual source. You would quantify those methane emissions for different tanks, different types of compressor vents, or all of your specific methane sources, categorize those together, use that data to create a customized emission factor that you can then scale to all of your associated emission sources to now build what would be called a level 4 measurement informed inventory. You report that inventory to OGMP 2.0, and then you can come in with a site level verification where that would be for level 5. You compare what a eye in the sky drone or flyover says with what you calculated down to the methane sources, make that comparison, which would be called a reconciliation, and then now you have a very robust understanding of what your methane emissions are. And with the right platform, you can use that data to actually identify ways in which you can specifically reduce those methane emissions.
Envana is aligned to be the system of record for any large company's emissions information. And so it is set up both to provide internal analytics, external reporting, and it's highly auditable. It's engineered to be viewed by an auditing third party, such that there is that kind of needed transparency and accountability that large emitters have. Envana's customer base is worldwide, and it's a great position to be in that we're getting a very global scope of how regulations are changing and what the demands are on companies around the world. It gives us a view where we can look at trends that are happening in all kinds of regulatory jurisdictions and build products that are flexible and accommodating to a wide variety of scenarios.
And so the clients that we're working for are trying to solve a myriad of challenges. Broadly, they're all looking for ways to understand and reduce and manage their emissions as part of their total decarbonization effort. However, some of the challenges that each of them are facing are unique. Some of our clients are looking for solutions that help them make better decisions in the planning phase. And in order to do that, they need to be able to map out several scenarios, understand the potential impacts, and gain alignment internal to their organization before they commit to acting on using those resources and carrying out those operations. Some of our other clients, however, they may have a more mature understanding of their own emissions, and what they're looking to do is they're looking to take more immediate action on curbing those emissions with the operations that they've already committed to in place. And so what's really key for helping them is making sure that they can forecast the impact of all of the projects and operations that they're already committed to. And so we're helping them address that as well by helping them understand where they're heading in their emissions journey and being able to accurately forecast those emissions so that they can plan ahead.